All right, welcome back, everybody. So UFC 310 is in the books. It happened last weekend, and Alexander Pantoja defended his title. And now the big question is, who is he going to fight next? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Because honestly, it's tough in the flyweight division right now. He's kind of beaten everybody, and like a few of them, he's beaten more than once. Brandon Moreno, did he beat Moreno both times? I'm pretty sure he did. I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure he beat Royval twice. So if they fight again, that would be the third time if he beats him again. And I'm not really sure who they're going to put up next. So after the fight, he called out Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson, who was previously fighting at ONE FC after the UFC, for some reason, traded him for Ben Askren. And I think like literally minutes after, Demetrius Johnson was already rejecting it. Demetrius Johnson was already like, yeah, I'm not coming back. I retired. I'm done with the sport. No, thank you. And it was like before Pantoja even got to the post-fight interview in with the press, with the media. So that's off the books. That would have been really fun. I highly doubt they really could have made that fight because I really don't know what Demetrius's contract is with ONE. I don't know if he already fought out of it. I don't know if it's just terminated because he retired. Maybe the UFC could have been able to bring him in, but I'm not surprised that he said no. And but I am disappointed because that would have been a really fun fight and a competitive one. And I don't even know who I'd pick. Johnson, in my opinion, is probably the best flyweight to ever do it. But I think Pantoja is on his heels. He's up there as well. And if he keeps clearing out the division, I think he might end up being the flyweight greatest of all time. We're going to have to see, but he still seems to be all there, not slowing down just yet. And in terms of what he could do next, I'm thinking they might do the Royval rematch because I think they were trying to set up Tatsuro Taira to do it next. That was their hope. They want a star from the Asian regional scene, and they tried with Asakura instead after Tatsuro Taira lost to Brandon Royval, and Asakura didn't work out, obviously. So I think I think the highest chance is that they're just going to do Royval again, and maybe it'll be competitive because Royval's been looking really good. Factory X isn't really a gym anymore. I don't know what the drama is, but something happened over there, and I know that Brandon Royval, Luis Garul, they left and they're working together, and both guys have been looking really good lately. So maybe Royval in the third fight could do better. Maybe he can win. I don't think so. I think Pantoja would win again, but it makes sense to do it again because again, Pantoja's cleaned out the division. And then the other option is this weekend. There's Manel Kopp fighting Bruno Silva, and Kopp's been at the tip of the like he's been this close to getting the title shot now for who knows how long. The UFC has been trying to spoon feed it to him. I mean, his first fight in the UFC was Pantoja, and that was a decent fight, relatively close. If he fought with some urgency, which is half the time that's his issue, is not fighting with urgency. If he did fight with urgency, he could have beaten Pantoja in that fight, in my opinion. So I really want to see that rematch. But every time he's close to it, he drops the ball. In the Makaya fight, he could have won. He really could have if he fought with any sense of urgency, and he didn't. He landed like 20 significant strikes in that fight, despite stuffing a lot of takedowns. But if he comes out here and he knocks out Bruno Silva in amazing fashion, gets another highlight reel knockout, then I think they're probably just going to skip him over Royval, or maybe do Royval Kopp in the title eliminator, one of those options. And then I think Kopp has a chance to beat Pantoja's next opponent. It's all going to depend on this weekend and how he looks. And the one other option I can think of is I don't like when champs move up, but I'm totally fine with the champ moving up when they cleared the division. And Pantoja's cleared the division. He's beaten guys more than once. So let's look at the rankings, right? Royval beat him. Moreno beat him. Albazi just lost to Moreno. Kai Kara France is another option I forgot to talk about. He only has one win recently because he lost the one before that, so he doesn't like have a win streak. But again, flyweight right now isn't like other weight classes. You don't need a win streak because it's kind of shallow. It's a pretty shallow division right now. Even though there's a lot of exciting high-level guys, just at the top, it's pretty shallow at the moment. So I could see Kai Kara France being next, and that would be a fun fight. His takedown defense is elite, and on the feet, he hits real hard. He's a good striker. So I think that would be a really good fight. So top three options at flyweight. I think the most likely is probably Royval. I think Manel Kopp is second most likely if he wins this weekend with the knockout. And the third most likely is Kai Kara France, in my opinion. One of those three makes sense to me. But the other option, like I was saying, is for him to move up. I don't normally like it, but when he's beaten everybody and everybody else isn't really doing too well, like Alex Perez is after Tyra. Tyra just lost. Perez not doing the best. Asu Amabayev, but I don't think they're giving him a title shot anytime soon. Steve Erceg just lost to Kai Kara France. Kopp is fighting this weekend. They're not giving the title shot to Tim Elliott. Tagiro Unbekov, I don't think so. Silva's this weekend, and I don't think he's getting a title shot even if he beats Kopp. Charles Johnson's on a roll, but I think he's going to need a few more fights before the UFC gives it to him. But he's another guy who I'd be interested in him fighting for a title. And Joshua Van's probably getting close to a few fights in a row, a few more wins, and maybe he'll be up there. But right now, those three I said, or going to bantamweight, I think that could make sense too. I'd be fine with it. I wouldn't be upset about that one. I hate when guys win the title and immediately think they should just go up, which is just ridiculous and pretty disrespectful to the rest of the division. But for Pantoja, I think out of all the champs right now, it makes the most sense for him to go up, and I'd be fine with it. I think him versus Merab or him versus Umar, whoever wins that title fight, would be a good fight, and I'd be interested to see how it plays out. So that's what I'm thinking with who Pantoja will fight next. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time.